Process of manifestation has never changed. I'm not sure I got an answer to why things aren't coming our way. So this just crazy town. Hey everyone, J-Ryze here with another Law of Attraction teacher reaction video. I'm really psyched to get started. You know I'm not about long intros, so let's get to it. This video is called, Sri's video is called How to Manifest with the Law of Assumption 10 times more powerful than the Law of Attraction. Did he measure this?
Asking a lot of questions on the law of assumption, and I've seen some explanations about it which is not entirely right and not entirely how it actually works. And this is what I'd like to actually break down for you, because if you actually understand it properly, you will realize it's so much more powerful.
I don't know what it is, but this guy's accent really brings me a lot of joy. Like, it makes me happy. Oh, bear with me.
Than law of attraction. In fact, you would probably never even mention law of attraction again if you actually understood how it works. So I'm gonna dive deep into it in this video, but before I get into it, show reel. Hit it.
I'm gonna bypass the the show reel. I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing, or if it's value added, or if people like it, or his audience likes it, but we're about the teaching, so let's just go ahead here. Is this still the show reel? Yeah, okay, I think it ends like here.
What's up guys, namaste, this is Akarshana here, and in this video I want to break down for you what is law of assumption. How does it actually work in comparison to what other people are actually putting out there? And why is it so much more powerful than law of attraction? Like,
we have a globe of 8 billion humans, and over the years, I mean, it wasn't always 8 billion, but over the years, our population has studied and applied law of attraction in like tons of different languages and cultures and tribes and ways and methods and so on. And so the law of attraction doesn't change through that whole time, or law of assumption, or the higher power, like the manifestation process, the process of manifestation has never changed that entire time. Like, since Neanderthal days or whatever. Like, Jesus taught it in his own way with his own words and his own metaphors. He taught how to manifest miracles and how to create great works on earth. You know, Neville Goddard taught it his own way. Joseph Murphy taught it his own way. Seth Speaks and Jane Roberts taught it their own way. Indian mystics teach it their own way. And so there's all this different terminology for it, right? For every time period, every population of every time period is going to need a different language for it. They need a different language for it because their mind becomes numb to the same old stuff. Everyone gets tired of hearing like Jesus's teachings or whatever, so now they want to hear like mystic teachings or spiritual teachings or astrology teachings or whatever. Like, everyone gets tired of Abraham Hicks's law of attraction stuff. And so now, like, the next new thing, the next big thing is law of assumption. Just so we're clear, the higher power, the universal energy, and the process of manifestation that has been in place since the dawn of time has never changed. And you can come up with any labels you want for it and claim one's better than the other, or one's 10 times better, or whatever. None of that matters, okay? What matters is you getting results in your life. That's what matters. And if you need certain language to make that happen, great. If you like law of assumption and hate law of attraction, whatever works for you. And so Sri here he's going to teach, I'm fairly confident he's going to teach more law of attraction principles and the same process of manifestation that everyone has taught since the beginning, but with slightly different language. And you know, if that's better or clicks for you, great. But I just want to be clear, we're not comparing law of attraction and law of assumption. They are the same thing, the same process of manifestation. It's semantics.
Well, let's begin from understanding that. Again, if you're first time listening to this, then write it down inside your notebook, inside your journal, so you log it into that subconscious mind, or type it inside the comments below to reaffirm the learning. And the first learning is that we don't attract what we want, we attract what we are.
Okay, I was just playing around there. Like, I don't have a pen or paper, and I feel like notes probably aren't necessary for me personally, but I should point out that it's actually a pretty good thing he's recommending or teaching. Writing is really powerful. Words make it real, physical actions make it real, and pretty much any teaching you can think of, any learning you can think of is better once you've written it down. Now that doesn't mean sit in class and take notes and don't pay attention to the teacher, but if you can write it down later or repeat it on your own, that's a very good sign. If you're unable to write down what you've recalled or what you've absorbed, probably not a good sign. I just thought that was a cool thing he suggested.
Okay, we don't attract what we want, we attract what we are. So a lot of the time when we are using law of attraction, our thought process is always, I want to attract something in my life. But if you want to attract something in your life, yet at the same time you don't attract what you want, then what's the point in wanting to attract something in your life? The difference between the law of assumption is saying that you act as if, you assume that it's already done. You assume that it's already there. Your manifestation is already done, it's happening, right? You are already living that reality. You're assuming that the result is already done.
Okay, so lots of law of attraction teachers teach this. Neville Goddard taught law of attraction, and he taught act as if. Actually, I think he taught law of assumption. Maybe that's where this language comes from originally. But whatever. The point is, lots of law of attraction teachers teach to act as if, or live in the end, or pretend you're living it, or imagine that it's already real and be thankful for it in advance because it's already here, and this kind of thing. And that's great. Those are all powerful ways to approach it, and a healthy way to approach it, a great way to approach manifestation. And it's technically true because we're all like souls connected to a divine energy or higher power or universal source or whatever you call it. Since we're souls connected to that, like manifesting in human form for a human journey or experience, since we're souls connected to that, we basically already have all the things. Like everyone has all the things, but everyone is not manifesting all the things, because that's like an infinite experience. Like that's something source can do, like an infinite energy can do. So, but it doesn't change the fact though that we all have all the things all the time, at least in energetic form. Everything that ever manifested started in imagination. And in your imagination, you have everything. Your imagination holds everything. So yeah, that's what he's talking about, and it's fantastic. It's a great teaching. You don't need law of assumption to practice it though. Anyone with an imagination can practice this.
What does that mean? If you put yourself in a scenario of my dream soulmates, the love of my life, my career, my exam results, it doesn't matter what you are manifesting. If you assume that it's already done and you are seeing those good grades, you're seeing the love of your life already, then what happens? You naturally become the vibrational frequency of the thing you want to attract. Therefore, the thing you want to attract actually comes your way. However, here's the part where nobody's really speaking about, right? When the law of assumption, and people are speaking about it, they're still saying, assume that everything's already done, assume you have it already, and then therefore you will attract the thing. Actually, it's not entirely true. Why? Well, first of all, if we look at everything, I like to look at everything like science, right? Because everything is science. The basics of science is saying that energy is everything and everything is energy. Meaning what? Thought is energy, meaning results is energy, action is energy, speech is energy, everything is energy. The results you want to attract in your life is energy. And then there's another
I'm super interested to see where this goes. If I remember a minute or two ago, he was about to tell us why taking the vibration of the thing that you want to attract doesn't automatically mean it will come your way. So I'm still waiting to hear that. I think it has to do with science and energy, from what I can tell.
Research in science, which also determines that no energy can be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred. What does this mean? It means that the thing that you want to attract into your life already exists. So you are not really creating a reality. You are purely just calling in something that is already in existence. So what happens with law of assumption? Well, the easiest way to explain this, and I love it when Bucky Fuller talks about everything like radio channels. It's that simple. Imagine that the love of your life FM is already playing right now. That's a new reality, okay? Imagine if your dream career, right, FM is already playing right now on the radio. Meaning that if you turn the dial, right, you turn a dial, you change your frequency, this is your vibrational frequency, right, you change your dial.
Okay, I mean, what he's saying here is good stuff. Like, these are all super helpful metaphors and lessons to practice manifestation. Buckminster Fuller was a super wise dude, and Abraham Hicks talks about radio frequency and tuning into vibration FM and stuff like that all the time too. Maybe I'm not following well or something. I might have to rewatch this, but we were talking about why taking the vibration of the thing you want won't automatically summon that or your way, or call that your way or whatever. And then we were talking about science and energy and how everything's energy. And now we're talking about radio frequencies and love of your life FM. And I'm not sure I got an answer to why things aren't coming our way. So yeah, I don't know. Just as someone watching this video for the first time, I'm a bit confused, but I'm hoping it clears up if I stick with it. So, but I do love all these metaphors. Okay.
Well, what will happen is you will naturally pick up the whole reality of that thing that already exists. So I'd like to speak about law of assumption in a slightly different way. And that is not, hey, just assume that everything is already done. Instead of that, how about know that everything is for sure already done? Why? Because nothing can be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred.
He started out talking about how the law of assumption is 10 times more powerful than the law of attraction. So let's all assume that the reality we want is already created and done and existing in our experience. And then now here, like 4 minutes later, he's saying, let's not assume, actually, that's a bad idea. Let's know it's already created. Or like, it sounds like I think it's the same thing. I think assume and know are basically the same. I mean, there might be like a slight degree of intensity difference, but then why wouldn't he just be like, well, you can assume or know, it's just knowing is more intense. But both work. It's the law of assumption. So I'm super confused as like, if I was a student trying to learn this, like I am a student trying to learn this, and I'm struggling. But maybe if I watch other videos on his channel, it will come clearer. Or, different teachers don't aim for clarity. They aim for sort of a roundabout, holistic approach to things and just bombard people with different info and, hope whatever sticks. I don't know. But something's not sitting right about this for me so far. So he's back to energy. I'll go back a couple seconds. Where's the knowing thing?
And that is not, hey, just assume that everything is already done. Instead of that, how about know that everything is for sure already done? Why? Because nothing can be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred. Meaning that when you are shifting your energies, your vibrational frequency, when you are saying, hey, I'm going to assume that I already own that car, I already own that house, I already have that perfect partner, right? When you assume, you become the vibrational frequency of what you're assuming. When you become, what's actually happening with law of assumption is you are consciously or unconsciously fine-tuning your vibrational frequency to be the exact vibrational frequency matched to the thing you think you are attracting, but you are purely just changing your frequency. When you change your frequency, all the surroundings around you and your reality changes to the exact match of that frequency, right? And why I keep saying that I prefer the idea, the ideology, the psychology, the sense that law of assumption makes rather than law of attraction is purely because whenever you're thinking law of attraction, you're trying to attract something that you want. Whenever you're practicing law of assumption instead, you are always becoming the vibrational frequency of something that is already in existence.
So then wouldn't it be better to call it the law of vibration? He doesn't like the word attraction because it makes people think that you're attracting stuff, when the truth is there's infinite realities and infinite frequencies, and what we're actually doing is attuning our own soul frequency to a certain one and having that reflected. So he doesn't like how confusing law of attraction is for people and prefers law. That's why I prefer law of assumption, the ideology of law of assumption or whatever. So like in that case, law of assumption is also confusing. Like first you said assumption, then you said knowing, then you said energy, now frequency. Like now we're off assumption entirely and we're on to changing the channel or whatever, like changing your vibration. So why not call it the law of vibration? If I put out a video tomorrow that says law of vibration, 10 times more powerful than the law of assumption, which was also 10 times more powerful than the law of attraction. Do I get a ton of hits? Like, is this helping people? It's all semantics, right? And you can always choose a clearer word. You can always argue over which word is better. Like, Jesus called it the Father, source, you know, your desires, fulfill your desires. This is what Jesus talked about. And then, you know, like now Neville talks about the law of assumption, and frequency, and Buckminster Fuller talks about frequency. It's fine. Abraham Hicks calls it the law of attraction, or first they called it the law of deliberate creation, or then the art of allowing, and now it's the law, like, I don't know, now it's something else entirely, the vortex. Everyone's always evolving language, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's great. I love when people evolve language. And if Sri here wants to make a case for law of assumption, great. But then I'm almost done the video, and now we're on it. Like, to me, it sounds like it should be called the law of vibrational tuning yourself, or the law of FM, or the law of radio frequency, or whatever, because that's more what it's about, right? And like, he seems pretty sure this is what it's about. And I'm like, okay, great. But as someone trying to follow along with all this, I mean, it's just crazy town.
Therefore, you will manifest it much faster, because you are not in lack of, but you are in abundance of, because you know that your manifestation is already done. And this is my message for every single one of you today. If you found this video interesting, please do hit the thumbs up, hit the like button if you learned anything at all. Also, comment.
I found it interesting. And what I learned is this is not how I like to teach.
Comment below, let us know where you guys have tuned in from. That's always nice to know. And finally, if you're new to this channel and you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it. That's a little bell sign, by the way. Because this year, I'm dedicated to making daily videos to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, I'm signing out.
YouTube algorithm definitely nudges people on the platform to do that kind of ending. I probably have to do it myself. Anyways, that was was an interesting experience. Thank you to Sin for choosing this video. I found it fun to react to. I hope you guys got some value out of my take on things, my side comments, my little interjections, and I don't bear any ill will to anybody I'm reacting to. I think the world needs all kinds of teachers, and anyone who's doing things successfully on YouTube and contributing to the world in their own way is fantastic. Hopefully, I can do something similar, you know, teach people valuable things on YouTube and help them live better lives. And I'm gonna make a point to answer any question that I bring up in my video. Like, I'm not gonna leave anything unanswered. If possible, keep rising.